So, it's over, huh? After all of these days since Valentine's Day, I've been waiting for this day to happen. And even though I loved making this series, and I certainly love doing it for you guys, I always wanted to go home for most of it. And well, I finally get to do that. Final episode of Wall Talks premiered yesterday. Welcome to the brand new way of my life. Wall Talks is over, everyone. I have no plans of reviving it. I have no plans of anything. So, this video is special. I know because it's gonna be basically a video of me playing games. Every single game that I was showing in the videos, and well, this one's a long one. So, well, really want to watch this whole video, you can. Just if you look for a certain game, I'll probably leave time link in the description, or the comments, or chapters of this video, if I remember at least, for your viewing pleasure. Now, let's just start off with this. This is the first game that I was probably playing. This is Doom, and well, this is Doom 1. I don't think I ever played the Doom 1 video, no. But this is Doom 1, and well, now, this is when the real video starts. The real video is, well, basically more about Wall Talks and why I made it. There's gonna be a lot of information here, and if I end up running out of information on Doom, then I'm gonna, well, start talking and just start playing the game like a normal person. Anyways, so Wall Talks was created after a little bit of an incident my friend and me had that ended with me leaving. I'll say this now, today it's finally cleared up. I never said anything about killing myself once. I never said anything bad. Just that I had enough that day and I needed a break. Real reason, I needed a break. You see, there's been stuff I've been denying telling you guys ever since the first video. But one day, I'm probably gonna have to come out and say everything. I mean everything. Wall Talks 2, though, is really the high point of the series when I start talking about, well, more stuff like the past. And then the next video is about my traumatic incident with my cousin. And, well, that's a lot. There's a lot to deal with. I never talked about the future, but I talked about my future. And, well, who knows? The future could be the same, right? Or something. While our videos were talking about video games, talking about friends, talking about creepypastas and stuff. But maybe I was being a little irrelevant at the time recording these videos. My friends may have forgotten about me, but I know one of them hasn't. I know that one of my friends would have at least remembered me in their skull, in their brain, and said, when's he gonna be back? When? When is he gonna be back? I highly doubt it, but there's probably one person of my friends doing that. Probably Jalo. I've been holding back tears this whole series, so if I end up crying during this video, you know why. But I was hoping that someone remembered me. Someone was hoping I was gonna get home and say hello and I'm back and, well, a lot of other things too. Especially that I love every single one of my friends. And I would change nothing about them. Not even the looks, not nothing. I would change nothing about them. Friends are friends. It doesn't matter about their looks. They're still your friend anyways. And friends are irreplaceable. If you ever lost a friend and they died, they hit you harder than any other pains you would ever feel after your parents died. I've never felt the pains of those. Even if one of my friends died, he was one of the friends I didn't talk to much, but I still felt bad about his death. Poor kid. But even nowadays, there's still a lot of things that I regret from the time too. I decided to take a little hiatus from talking about stuff and passing stuff. I decided to talk about my new series Eclipse. More links will be in the descriptions as always. But really, really the hardest part of making these videos is the fact that it was just sad. Literally. Because one, the two videos I made on Eclipse were probably the only two videos I've made from it that I could release my feelings. Everything I've always wanted to say. I took that chance and I took it. I took that chance and I posted everything in my mind. Everything that I have ever conceived about the series out there. The characters, everything. I then talked about my past and how weird it was, and then I talked about the upcoming end, and then the end came. That was probably the worst day of the series, as it was all over, and it wasn't coming back. I ended it off with lines. never forgetting you and the time, and I promise I will be the best friend ever. Wall Talks is more than just a series. It was about my life. It was about everything in my life, and life happens as well. Eclipse is just starting, but I already can tell. I love it. And I've went through the pains of making videos. I've went through the pain of leaving with my friends. And I decided to make this to experience, to show my regret and my decisions. My decisions are full of regret. I am full of regret from that moment. I cannot take it back. If my friend didn't hate me already, he probably does now. My friend's best friend I could have asked for, but I I just can't replace him. If he died or something, I would be fucking crying. Someone like him is irreplaceable. And if he died, I don't know what I would do. Let alone, it would probably not be pretty. And I would never be happy again from it. I know the pain of losing loved ones. I've known the pain of losing a friend. But losing someone as close to me as him and my parents, I would bloody die in sadness. My friend's life means the world to me, and I can't take that down, and I can't take that back. I care about people. I care about people. I care about everyone. But the fact that people that I care about could just die in 1 second, it saddens me. All of our lives are on a timeline, but I wish ours could never end. I wish that I could just go and have my characters be real. I wish I could have something be known. I wish I could be known and not forgotten like most people nowadays. People don't forget people so easily. But if they're not popular, they're forgotten immediately. So I am not going to be forgotten. Not like this. I promise. I'm going to change my life. For the better. For the better of all. There's also a lot of references in the series, like the fine line of it. It's just a reference to the fine line of what's your name. Just forgetting you, but not the time. I've ever said that that song also makes me cry almost. Well, almost makes me cry. Yeah, that's how I feel every time I have to end something. That's why I'm just denying giving Eclipse an end. That's why Eclipse has 6 seasons already. I don't like ending things. But if they have to end, then I'll have to end them. And ending is not a thing I like to do. Billy Joe cried at the end of What's Her Name. That's what I feel every time I would have to make a series and end it. Pure blown sadness and crying. The series I make mean a lot to me. You can't take that away. If I love it, you hate it, that's fine. I know someone will. I know someone out there will one day appreciate my work. I know one day I will be popular. I know one day I will not be forgotten. I will not be forgotten so easily. People would care for me. I would have family. I would have kids. I would have everything I could ever ask for. Everything I would ever ask for in the world. And I could never take that away from me. I would be the man I would love to be. I would want to get that way any way I can. That doesn't involve murder, of course. I want to be popular. I want to be remembered, not forgotten. I don't want to be like most. I want to have friends that will remember me after I die. I want everything I could ever ask for. I want friends that will stay with me every time I cry. I want friends that will stay with me. I want friends that wouldn't leave me alone permanently. I don't want friends that can just stab me in the back. I want friends that truly care about me. And that's why I don't want to be forgotten. The whole of Waltars was really just a little insight on my life and stuff, but to really show how I was feeling ever since I left. But this video, I truly convey those feelings in a deep punch, and it feels horrible. And go home with all my friends and promise that I will never betray them. I would never stab him in the back. I would never trade him for somebody else. I would love them to be my friend. And that's something that you can't simply take away. You can't take that away from someone. They feel that that's the sign of a true friendship. I played a lot of games during the series, and most of them didn't have copyrighted music. At least most didn't, but Doom did. Everything was, well, wrong when I started. I wasn't popular. I didn't have my friends. And I wish I could just go home already and just say goodbye. I mean, hello, and just hug them. Just, no matter what, just hug them and say thank you for all the years that you've given me happiness and stuff. But stuff like that doesn't come so easily, and you have to jump over hurdles and obstacles in your way. And this was an obstacle. And this obstacle could have just broken that whole year of trust and stuff that I've laid down. And I didn't have any of my friends at that point again. Because they all left me because I left. I don't want to be forgotten. I don't want to have no friends. I want to have friends that care. I want to have to. I want to have friends to care about. I want everything that a normal person has. That's really easy to do. I do the voice acting for Eclipse, and you say it's really weird and awkward having to scream, especially because I'm a guy, and most of the time the voices are pitched up, sound feminine. Well, it's sped up because they don't have pitching up on the app that they use. But there's some good mobile apps that allow stuff like that, anyways. All I know is I love my friends. And Eclipse just shows how much I love my friends and stuff. It shows friendship. It shows undying love for your friends. And about how your friends are irreplaceable, and if you love them, then they're truly a friend to you. They would never stab you in the back unless corrupted by an outside force. This next segment will be dedicated to Story of Eclipse. And, well, many sequels or seasons or series. Let's just start off with the fact that most of my Most of my famous OCs are from Eclipse. The only one that I've seen that isn't from Eclipse so far is Ragna. It was from a comic run of a series that she hasn't even made yet. So she thinks far ahead into stuff. But yeah, let's just start with the main plot point. Okay, so Lou, Rosie wake up on an island, and now they have to find their way off. Okay, seems pretty simple so far, right? Well, no, it's not at all. But then they are stopped because of an outside evil that they have to then kill. Alright, that seems pretty normal and also pretty simple. That it? Really not yet. The stories for it's still pretty unwritten. All we know is that this main characters and the fact that the protagonists will wake up on an island. But yeah. Eclipse. Oh wait, let me just give you a more, well, a version that will be better. So yes. Eclipse is a series about a group of friends that wake up on an island. Their goal at first is to escape the island, then some evil comes up and they have to destroy it. Alright, that seems pretty simple so far. On their way, the evil shows up in front of them. And, well, as one of the characters in their hands, try, in their hands, and well, not really in their hands, but they are dragging her by her ponytail. And they don't know, probably hurt a lot. So poor her. And basically, he's yelling at her to uh, help him kill the main protagonist, which he denies doing, but then is forced to by a needle, as there's something in the needle, and it corrupts her and turns her evil for the fight. And only after she's killed and revived, she's nice again, and she actually joins the protagonist. But yeah. Then this evil runs away and starts up a big tower in Ice Mountain. And basically, the heroes eventually fight their way through into the tower and stop the evil. That's pretty much the whole series explained. Which is basically, which then leads to the ending of it, which is like, the heroes decide to not leave at the time because, well, they need more help. Because 4 people definitely, well, actually no, 5, but 4 because 1 supposedly died, even though that's been proven false on occasions by, well, trailers and teasers for the series. But yeah, they don't leave because they can't really at the time. They don't have enough resources, and plus it would probably take forever to do so. And plus, none of them really have experiences with building things currently. So they just decide to, well, sit down in an area, which then eventually gets built into a place, but When that happens, we don't know. Then Eclipse 2 happens, which follows more people waking up to Island. No, and then here's something odd about this island though. And this island seems to only take females. Why only females? I have no clue. But it seems that there's a new evil on the island. But this evil apparently likes girls, so it's only taking girls to suffer. All the things. Observe that. We will learn, but later on we'll show off why they're only taking the females in Eclipse 4. But yeah, they basically fight their way from the island and get to the White Mountain, which is now destroyed. There's apparently a bench in there now, just with a scroll written by Blue, I guess. And you're just there, and well, they find their way to the scroll, and well, one of them reads it, talking about those warriors here that once protected the island, and well, now they're still, and they well defeated evil, and well, they eventually got off it, which is untrue, as well. Right after some of them read it, Blue says something and decides to join them. Of course she does. And then they fight their way to a different mountain, which has the new evil in it. Again, they defeat the evil by killing it, and then, well, again, they have to stay there because they don't have enough building experience. But one of them does, but it can't really build a bow. Well, she can't really build a bow. There's Eclipse 3, which, in fact, you can watch the first episode now, if you go to the link in the description, as the name is, well, Jala's Adventure. And pretty funny enough, it's not really an adventure, it's more of Jaws' escape from an island, but that doesn't roll off the tongue as much as Jaws' Adventure. But basically, yeah. We wake up on an island, and, well, they have to escape. This time, there's no evil. In fact, there's a lot of monsters on the island still, but really, it's mostly about them finding items on the island that will help them escape during it. There's only one episode currently, and the only reason it's all the way up is because of a pebble dropping from the sky, apparently. But it's speculated somebody may have thrown it. Might have thrown it? Well, probably Frosta. But again, this is all up to interpretation. But most of the other episodes will not have interpretation. As well, they're not even going to be interpretational. As well, it's an RPG series, not really anything else. Yeah, it's an RPG series, and it's a lot of story in it too. That will be developed during it because I have no clue for the story currently. But yeah. Oh yeah, they also say that Eclipse 1 gives you a tutorial by Hexa, one of the orange shapenoids. She gives you a tutorial on how basically battle works. But it's really quick and easy, and plus, it's not even a series, so it's not even a game, so why should I be telling this? But she gives the protagonists a quick and easy tutorial, which is not really a tutorial, it's more like just a practice battle. See if they're still good at fighting. Update, they're still good at fighting. They're still really good at fighting. In fact, they almost kill her, so Yeah, I'm still really good at fighting. But yeah. Yeah, basically, they woke. But yeah, basically, Jala wakes up on an island after getting hit by a pebble that seemingly was dropped by Frosta. But earlier in the series, no, let's just go from the start of the series with that one. So it starts off with a video of what seems to be text. The text is deciphered in the video and says, "I'm not dead." Now, whoever said this is unknown, but from the yellow arm, it's probably Starry or Stardust, which is probably impossible to most of the other cast, as they think she's dead. She isn't, though. Then the first episode cuts with, well, really in that cave, all that happens is she fires a gun, because she actually uses a gun in that series. In the series is after, actually. And, well, Frost hears her, and, well, then told to tell everyone that she meets that she's alive there. Frost doesn't really remember this until, like, episode 5, so... late there. But, yeah. Then Frost throws a pebble at Jala, waking her up. But she doesn't see her. In fact, Frost doesn't decide to show herself until Jala almost dies. Or, well, gets knocked out. But it's a probable... But we got probable cause to say that the character, she would have probably died if Jala didn't step in. I mean, not Jala, Frost didn't step in. So, great, we already have a heroic character. Sad thing is that Frost is a weak character. She only has 50 HP, but she's still really heroic to save Jala like that. Guess he didn't want her to get hurt. She didn't want her to get hurt at all. But yeah. She... Stomach hurts there for a second. She basically then... This is the story of the first episode, but she basically then... It's like, bring her away from the area, and then a battle ensues, and that battle ended with her getting knocked out. Now, she probably didn't want to be knocked out. She did get knocked out, though. Must have hurt. And of course, Jala thinks she's dead. I mean, blame her. She fell over. So, you really blame her for thinking she's not... You really blame her for thinking she's dead, not alive? She's literally collapsed right in front of her. Anyways. It's then shown later on that Jala's alive after she gets revived by Jala with a revival potion that she finds on the ground behind her. Because of random plot device. Of course, it was a plot device. There's always a plot device. In fact, that potion was there for a while. She just didn't notice it, and plus it didn't appear until, well, it was needed. That's really Jala's style. She didn't show the episodes, like, backdrop yet, but I assume she's gonna start doing that in episode 3. Episode 2's animation's done, but the voice acting hasn't done. Because, well, I wasn't there to help her. And plus, she doesn't have a microphone, so she can't do it herself. But basically, yeah. That potion revives Frosta, and, well, someone throws a rock at her. Well, one of the enemies does. And it was just, and then, like, Jala yells out, like, something at them because she's mad, and it's like, what the hell? Why did you do that? Like, what was that even for? But it was probably to reveal her ponytail, because Frost has a ponytail and it's adorable. She looks adorable in it with it. Like, it's beautiful. Beautiful ponytails, bright blue, and it's beautiful. But yeah, she gets up. She also loses her wand when she wakes up the first time. It's funny, but she didn't find it funny. Jala had it the whole time, by the way. Jala grabbed it somehow, as when she, like, fainted, it wasn't near her, so it was just a plot device to say she had it the whole time. Besides, so it's probably better to animate her without it. So, after that was sorted out, they finally, well, say, let's get out of here, and we can discuss who we are and introductions later. Yeah, and then Frozen says a joke, yeah, let's get out of here, and my hair too, because Jala complimented her hair. And, well, that's how really episode 1 ends. Other than that, we don't know. It's probably gonna be following the same form as the other ones, just that it isn't evil, and they actually get out off the island. So basically, next episode's storyline, this might be a little spoilers for it, but I'm just gonna reveal it now. Oh, they get to a place that seems safe, but really, if you look at, but yeah, it is safe. But no, yeah, there wasn't anything, but it's supposed to be filled with bushes, and then you can see Violet just sleeping. She isn't fainted, but she's sleeping there, just underneath a bush. Of course, Jala didn't see her, she thought it was just a bush, so she puts her hand right on one of her crucial areas, and, well, you know what happened. You know what happens. But basically, Violet says sorry for that little burst of outrage after getting touched in that private area. It wasn't really in a private area or by, because she doesn't really have those. But she doesn't like getting touched on her feet. I don't know why, but that's apparently Ken to her character. She doesn't like being touched on her feet. But basically, yeah, she gets touched on her, she yells out her feet, and basically, she said sorry for yelling that out. Because it sounds fucking weird. Am I right? Am I right, lads, or am I right, lads? Alright, no, it's here. But yeah, I was probably right anyway. But yeah, basically she yells it out because no one she doesn't like her feet getting touched, and, well, Jaw just put her hands right on them. You know, it was an accident. Now, basically, then Violet then after is like, well, I'm sorry, I'll just leave and I'll get out of your hair. But then Jaw's like, no, that's fine. In fact, if you want to join us, we could really use extra help. And, well, that was probably the quickest way to get a new character on it. Frosta joined in after she killed something. But Violet here was a little brave and decided to just join. I mean, the same thing happened with Azar, but she had a different reason why she joined. But that won't be necessary, because then the tutorial battle starts, and, well, you know how the tutorial battle goes. But really, at the end of it, Frosta and Jala both fainted, but they both got revived. And then we have a fucking hilarious moment where Frosta can't get up. But don't worry, she gets up eventually. No, yeah, that was funny, but it wasn't really needed. But it was probably because she couldn't reach both her arms down on the floor at the time. But yeah, basically, she gets up eventually after Violet picks her up. And, well, after that, well, a lot of stuff happens. Basically, they get to a building in the middle of nowhere. This building is built by Azar, by the way. Azar lives there. But when Azar, but then they get there, Azar's actually there, and well, Azar enters the door, which is adorable because she's not gonna open it. And well, let's just say, if you haven't read the backstory of Azar's and Shade's backstory, then you should go read it. I'll link it in the description. As well, Azar recognizes Jala from that, and well, she decides to join, so she doesn't, so that she will redeem herself for last time. Because last time she had a lot of the stuff done anyway. And well, let's just say she's gonna have that stuff done. Because she. But yeah, she basically joins the team for wanting to pay back Jahala what she did with her backstory, with Shade reviving her and stuff. And, well, she wanted to redeem herself from last time in the battles. And, well, she knew it wasn't going to be as deadly, so she decided to join anyway. So she wouldn't really be hurt as much as, well, she doesn't die anymore. She only faints. Still, I wouldn't recommend being that way. But yeah. That's how it went, and, well, that was an audio clip right there. But yeah, basically then that ends the second episode. But then we get some more story development with Violet finally telling Azar that they were sisters. That's actually one of the most touching moments of the series. Because you get to realize that since, yeah, Azar and Violet look similar. But it wasn't confirmed that they were sisters until that very moment. So it's confirmed that they're canonically sisters. But yeah, basically, they find everyone. And I mean everyone from the old series. No one's left out except for Small Blue, because, well, Small Blue's just blue. But yeah, they find everyone, and, well, let's just say they ended up getting off the island. There's a lot of battles on there, too, but they ended up getting off the island. And, well, they finally get home. Which is when Eclipse 4 starts, as they realize their home's been raided. If I go any farther, this is gonna be spoiler territory for the whole series. Let's just say this. Eclipse 5 doesn't contain all of the other characters. But it focuses on a different guy named Michael, who's also in the same exact predicament. And, well, he's in a science facility or whatever it's called. A little lab, I guess. When something goes wrong, and, well, he then has to fight his way out of that lab. She uses acid to melt the door, which I think is really cool. Gets out, And, well, he decided to go to his best friend Luna's house. And Luna's a female. So you can already tell some character development's been put in this. But basically, yeah. Then he looks through her house for her. She isn't there. Then she hears her screaming out the words "Help me!" exactly. He eventually finds him, but I say him finds her, but she's getting attacked by the main villain. We haven't figured out what he was supposed to look like, but I assume right now he's gonna look like a dark thing. And well, basically, they both fight, and the evil gets defeated this time. Of course, this evil doesn't die, but they do leave and allow, well, Michael to get back to Luna. And Luna's thankful for Michael. Michael's finally on my screen. Michael disappeared on the screen, ironically. But yeah, Luna's thankful for Michael saving and well, he decided he was about to just go save the world, and said that he'll be on without her, I guess. But but then Luna says, "No way, I want to come with you, as well. I don't want you to be alone." Of course, Michael's like astonished that she does want to come, but he eventually says fine. And well, that's all I've gotten so far. But let's just say this: Eclipse 5 ends with them defeating the evil and killing evil. Then Eclipse 6 follows all of the characters from the other series and the next. So all the series from the first series and Eclipse 5 can group up now. But instead of having all of them on the same party like they did in Eclipse 3 or Dawn's Adventure, which only had 8 party members and 2 parties, instead now they can choose who wants to go into battle or stuff. Usually chosen by an unseen chooser, aka means we'll-decide.com. And basically, when they do it, they most likely will send out 5 people for a battle, and, well, these unseen choosers can also be weird. Now, remember, Unseen Choosers is real side, but there's also a few random chosen ones from us in there, as some inside jokes, or just to show the Unseen Choosers as not as normal as most people. Of course, there's gonna be teams that are completely idiotic because of the real side stuff, but that can be said as, oh, that's probably a real side one. But ones like only low level females, that's probably not a real side one. And in fact, sometimes the unseen chooser can choose and who an ally attacks. So possibly it's also a chance that they could have accidentally attacked one of their own allies. Of course, there's also gonna be some more inside jokes or weird stuff, like if the team was full of the low ones, they would attack each other, like in Final Fantasy. But that's mostly because, well, the choices are weird, okay? They're not really human, but they are normal. And, well, they usually choose the party members. So basically, if Eclipse 3 has about 14 characters, plus the additional 5 for. What's the additional 5 from Eclipse 5? With only one character just being like one of the old ones. In fact, being Sage Shade's sister, but basically being like the old series. Being like, so basically there's 19 characters in it, and only 5 can be on a team at once. And there's some different parties this one, but you can choose preset parties, like a preset powerful party, or a, well, party full of weak ones, or a party full of only females, as there's many females. But who knows, you can choose a party of only females, you can choose a party of only males. Well, you probably shouldn't choose a party of only males, so only Michael and Billy, but that's about it. There's also a bunch of references in Eclipse 5. Like, Billy isn't. Billy is just a reference entirely. But yeah, basically, Eclipse is progressing better so far. It's basically going good. But yeah, basically, let's just say Eclipse 4 takes place during Eclipse 5. So I wouldn't be so wrong just to start finishing and uploading videos at the exact same time. Or, well, we wouldn't be. Not I. Because it's 2 people. But basically, yeah, it'll be like that. But basically, let's just say this. At the end of it, Eclipse 4 will end with the characters getting into the Tower of the Evil and meeting up with the characters from Eclipse 5. Eclipse 5 ends with them defeating evil, and then meeting up with the characters of Eclipse 4. It's gonna be a little hard to render all the characters in the same scene, but hey, we're gonna do it. And it's also it's probably gonna be with the series is probably gonna end with the line like, wait, did you actually just kill that evil? And then the guys was like, yeah. I was like, and then another thing like, but we were gonna do that, but I guess it was better that it wasn't us for once. And then we like, wanna team up? And then they're like, sure. Yeah, it's funny though because like apparently during Eclipse 4 and 5, it's supposed to be raining a lot of it because of the dark turn of events. It's gonna be raining. It's also gonna be dark because Eclipse 5 is supposed to be darker than Eclipse 4, but Eclipse 4 is supposed to be pretty dark in general. Eclipse 6 is supposed to be just like Child's Adventure, bright and happy again. So we're finally getting finished with what they were doing. But pretty much, Eclipse 6 is in the end. I know it isn't. There's going to be probably a few more seasons, but but after that, I don't think we can really handle Megan anymore. But who knows? Only the future will tell. So Eclipse episode, Child's Adventure episode 2 will premiere after Eclipse episode 1 is made and also uploaded. So whenever I get a chance whenever we get a chance to finish Eclipse 1, I will then start voice acting for both of them. And when we're both finished, I will upload episode 1 and Child's Adventure episode 2. And I'll probably have to set the profile picture to something else, like Yeah, who knows? JoJo's Adventure episode 2 would have to have a picture like JoJo's Adventure episode 2 on it. Now, who knows how many episodes this series is gonna have, but I'm hoping to have not too many episodes because, well, we don't want the series to be too long. Like, yeah, there's series on YouTube that can be like 50 episodes long, of course, but seriously, if there's 15 characters from Eclipse 1, 2, and there's just 14 or there's 14 characters from Eclipse 1, 2, and JoJo's Adventure, then introducing one or introducing one per episode is not an easy task. Introducing two per episode is probably an easier task, but it'd be really hard. It'll take about 8 episodes to get them all in a normal phase. But we're gonna have to do that. Let's say this. Doors, I'm probably, let's just say this. I think doors that are gonna be added is Jala Frosta. Right, this is already added in order, but Jala Frosta, Violet Star, this is just my speculation now. Cosmic, I think. Try, Stardust. No, actually, no, that's later. That's the end. Blue, Shade. So, Cosmic Try, then Blue and Shade. Then Rosie and Hexa. That's all those shades under. Sorry. Then it's No Name and Starry. I don't know. So, Frosta Jala on the first episode, Violet Czar on the second, Cosmic and Try on the set on the third. Six. Blue and Shade on the fourth. Rosie and Hexa. No way, actually. Spooky and Jasmine on the fifth. Rosa and Hexa on the fifth. Nope, sixth. And, well, No Name is Starry. Fine. And then, well, it's going to continue on until they eventually get the boat done and get off the island. They scavenged the island also for tools and stuff to help them when they get back, just in case. Other than that, that's really all I know. All I know is that I think this is over to 5 the second end. So, I think it's gonna be Michael, of course, the character. Then Luna, who of course gets a second, because she's the second character. Then not Luna again. Billy, Dead Fairy, or Fairy for short. You don't really follow the name for her. Then Raven, the final character. That's the order we ended in. In fact, you have to gain gain all the characters at the beginning of 6, so there's no real point to having, they're just trying to defeat evil at that point. Anyways, this video is becoming too long. It's like an hour already. And I've been talking about it was like wall talk, and I was talking about references for like 5 minutes, and then boom, Eclipse for an hour. I hope you're happy. I really dedicate all my stuff to making these videos, I decided to take my time and talk about Eclipse, a series that I so far am loving because I love RPGs. Same with Jala. That's why we decided to make an RPG. We could have made it a normal series, but we could have, well, not had the parts that will make you set Eclipse, an animated RPG series. We wouldn't have the fainting. We wouldn't have anything. Literally, fainting wouldn't even be a problem if it was a normal series, as there's no battles. So we decided to make an RPG, and well, we had it in fainting because well, we need a penalty for a hero reaching 0. And well, during the newest Final Fantasy thing, with them just going on one knee, just being able to unfight, just not being able to fight anymore is stupid. So we just decided to make them faint and fall. And well, that's what RPGs are like. Your hero reaches 0 health, they're supposed to fall over. And well, be dead. Or in the case of Pokemon and Eclipse, faint. But a series that doesn't have battling like a turn-based, you can't really do that, as you would assume the characters are trying to kill each other in normal fights. While a turn-based battle could be simple fun, and also because they're not trying to kill anybody, but the characters do get hurt enough to actually get knocked out from reaching 0 HP. Really, 0 HP is just your stamina. Like, apparently, like, I'm supposed to be thinking, like, the HP is not health, because health usually leads to death if it reaches 0. Their HP is more like their stamina. Like, their stamina before is like the meter they have before they faint. And if that meter reaches 0, they will faint and fall over. Then, basically, that's what it's like. But yeah, it's just like, me and Jala both love RPGs, and love doing stuff like this. We love making characters, we love making stuff, we love making RPG series. And one day, I hope to even bring you into that experience by being able to make you choose the characters that you want to choose in a series by making it a game. And making you able to choose the heroes that you have on a team. Who knows? But anyways, this was the prelude, well, the end, the summary, and the full end of Wall Talks. I am your host, Wall, or Wall Doobie, or if you know me in real life, Charles George Doobie. Yeah, and this was the final send-off to Wall Talks. A send-off to Wall Talks to heaven. I will probably make a video on Eclipse in general, so you can also watch out for that. But this was the end of Wall Talks. So never be coming back. I'm your host, Charles George Doobie. And this was Wall Talks. Good night, everybody.